I'm Michelle Poulton, and I took the Elevate for Leadership program with IMNZ. I had recently been appointed to the role of Chief Operating Officer, and being very new to the role, one of my biggest challenges was, what does this role do? What is expected of this role? How am I supposed to operate with this team of 35 that all of a sudden I'm the manager with? And I've actually grown with that team from over a 5-year period, so I've been elevated to that position, and now I'm having to lead this team. So there were a lot of challenges that came with that role and trying to actually bed down what it was supposed to be. So I initially reached out to IMNZ at that point because I wanted to tap into your network, if I'm being truthful. The relationships are very important to me, so understanding that even though I'd been elevated into this role and now had a lot of new challenges to face, I'm still working with a group of people I'd worked with over a 5-year period. Didn't somehow now mean those relationships weren't as important. They were, if anything, they were more important. Yeah, so my aha moment came when actually having to really knock down any barriers I was inadvertently putting up in our way. One of the biggest impacts of having done the course was how it enabled me to engage with our clients. So actually talking to them as, rather than that client-vendor type of relationship, they're just people who needed to be heard. And how do you do that? One of the biggest changes I noticed following the course was my incessant need to get involved in the low-level detail to avoid conflict dissipated. So I was able to actually trust my team and demonstrate the trust, and that was the key thing. Saying I trusted my team and then demonstrating it, two different things. So I actually demonstrated to the team that they could be trusted, they could do this, and I trusted them to do the right thing, and they did. They were fantastic. They stepped up time and time and time again, and actually from my personal point of view, alleviated some of my stress. So by having this course, the Elevate program structured the way it is, where I think there's about a month between each particular component, you're able to actually go back into your workplace and utilise what you've learned and put it into practice. I'm finding on a personal level for myself, the course content still plays actually quite a big role in my day-to-day operations. The specifics of the Elevate course that I really enjoyed were the tools. There were a lot of tools we learned actually over each of the 2.5 days for each course, or sorry, 1.5 days for each course, that were actually really useful.